Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. I'm gonna get started because I know I'm about to leave in a little bit, and just wanted to come on in and give my offering on today of information of Thursdays with Nicole and have some food for thought about what's going on in our world and things that's happening and how we should adjust with what's going on in our world. Hold on a second. And I want to make sure that I stay consistent in giving information of what's going on in our world, information that I can share that can help you in your journey, what we're doing and what I'm endeavoring in, and things like that that can assist you in your life in becoming stronger and whole and recovered and maintain and get to your next in good health, right? So, food for thought on today. The numbers are going up, right? September 7th, there was 300,000 new cases, right? That was combined with people who had not had the vaccination and people who were breakthrough COVID receivers or people that were infected again or infected, whether they did not have the COVID before and they were vaccinated, and these people are contracting the virus as well. So, what we want to give an understanding to is we have to really take this seriously. And I'm not saying that we haven't been taking it seriously, but I've come across some people and it is not that serious. And I know we want to get to a normalcy. I know we want things to be different, back the way it was, or similar to back the way it was, and want the normancy where you'll be able to go and do as you want to do, right? And telling you what you can and cannot do, all of that good stuff. And so we understand that that is a strong situation, but in getting a handle on what's going on in our world, there's many different schools of thought. Okay, I have my school of thought, and it's connected with some others, and we can all agree to disagree, and we all can be respectful, right? We again do not need to do any more disservice to our culture by causing division, by saying, oh, you're vaccinated, you're a danger to us. Oh, you're unvaccinated, so you're a danger to us. We're a danger to each other when we're not taking the right precautions and taking care of our bodies, right? When we're not seeing where we are and then eating properly, if we're feeling a particular way, doing what we need to do to make sure that we're safe and the people that around us are safe, right? I know we want to get so quick back into work and we want to do all of these things, and then we want to throw shade on people who are getting unemployment, throw shade on people who got PPP loans, throw shade on people who got grants, gosh, throw shade on people who were still in unemployment because you're choosing to go do something instead of being happy and excited and safe that you were able to have and do and matriculate. And we don't know the next person's situation or story. So we should be really careful about throwing this negativity out. And we think we're being funny. We think we're being anecdotal. We think that we're being curt and cute, but it is distracting. It's focus getting. It's also a tear down. It's also negative. It also spurns and develops to the hearer possibly a negative viewpoint of where they're going through, where they had an open door to make some changes and had help, right? And get in a better position. And then you have these other people who really being haters, right? And hater, because that's not your situation. And you're thinking that that situation is really affecting you directly when it's not, right? We think it's directing us, we think that it's affecting us directly, but it really isn't. Not in the way that we think, right? In as far as there being a negative. And we have this viewpoint being our culture in America where we have bought into an idea and a possibility that we really have to fight for, right? We need God in his direction and protection and covering and battling for us to get to a certain place when we work to go and get it, right? We do have to work to go and get it. But there is a place of thought that we have to one day graduate from and not be so negative towards people, because that stimulates growth in the person that said it and the person that received it, right? That stirs negative growth. And if you got anything going on in your body, again, that stimulates the growth of those bad cells, those invaders or antigens that get in the body. They thrive on that negativity. So the negativity that goes in the ear gate, eye gate, mouth gate, on the skin, hair, it's not just, people, oh, I can block this, I can block that. But going in your ear gate and your eye gate is really kind of hard to uproot it if you don't really know how to uproot it and let things go. Because you would chew on it and it'd be somewhere stuck in the memory, and that memory would be stuck somewhere in a muscle tissue, right? And being a body worker and helping people to overcome situations in their muscles, right, in their musculature, in their organs, and helping them, I'm sorry, y'all, helping them to release the muscle, the tension, the fascia for pain or whatever trauma. Some of that trauma is from seeds that's been heard, seen, right? Not just physical. Now, it translated into physical after time, but it did not start there, right? So we got to be careful. We got to be extremely careful about what we're doing, what we're saying, how it's harming people, right? How we're receiving things that's being said. We got to be so careful, because division is a killer, right? When we're divided, we cannot stand together. When we're divided, we cannot really be on guard and watch the wall like we do. What's up, B? So we have to really be in a place where, okay, I'm climbing up this ladder and I'm doing this, and I got to be about mine, because this individual thing I got going on, I have to work on me. Yes. But in the meantime, while you're doing that, is not the time to sit and do a comparison and then dissect your neighbor to make yourself feel better, because you're not willing to really look in the mirror to handle all of the issues that's coming up, right? That you see in somebody else. And then you're not willing to handle that on the inside. So you kind of bop to anybody that's saying anything to you, right? And then you begin to treat people in your life a particular way, because this change is happening. And instead of going in the route of positivity and self-awareness and self-reflection, so that you can do the actual change and what repentance is. And that's changing your mind, right? Changing your mind and thought process so that your actions go towards that other direction, right? Not the direction that you were going in that was causing all of this situation and all of that stuff. But to repent, and is to turn your mind, and your mind will turn your behind, right? And go in that direction. So we have to be so careful right now. I'm serious. We've been ready to go into a time that in this month, right now is the time to make sure that you're on top of your health, right? This is the time to make sure your immune system is banging. This is the time right now to make sure your bowels are moving consistently and flowing, that you don't have any backup. If you have to sit there longer than you urinate to have a bowel movement, then you are constipated, okay? If you have a bowel movement right after you eat, there is some constipation there. There's too much in the chute, right? If you are not having 2 to 3 at least bowel movements a day, there is some constipation issues. And then with all of that, that's hydration, that's an issue, then absorption of nutrients. And then you're thinking that you're eating and absorbing nutrients, and then you're not. And then you go get numbers ran, and then you find out that there's issues going on with your numbers, and it's not what you thought, when you had somebody really break down your numbers to you so that you can see exactly what it is that's going on in our bodies, right? And so this is one of the reasons I'm going to keep talking about it and keep talking about it through this time, because I don't want anybody to sit up and say again, oh, we didn't know. Oh, nobody told us. Oh, the prophets didn't say. Oh, nobody shared. Yes, they did. Yes, they heard. And then they did not believe. or they did not take the person seriously, or whatever thought they may have had, and they didn't share the information because of whatever their personal bias was, but the information was given. It's just how we assimilate the information. If we go and search and we go and do our due diligence to see how it affects us really, and do it in truth, and do it in honesty, and do it in transparency. And then when you're by yourself, do it nakedly, right? To where you're sitting in yourself to see exactly what's going on. Now that is hard, especially for people who don't like to accept responsibility for their actions. Especially for people that don't like to take culpability for what they do. They like to play the blame game and stuff like that. Issues like that mean you got issues going on in your liver, right? Liver, navel area. And 9 times out of 10 it's inflamed or fatty or whatever. And then your blood issues are off, and you just don't, there's not a flow, right? And then your bowels are off. That means your absorption is off. I mean, your hydration is off. That means your glands are not working properly. Your lymphatic system is not working properly. That means your immune system is not up to par, right? Some things may not get through because God did make a beautiful thing. God did make a perfect thing. It does know how to preserve itself. It does know how to fix itself. But after so long and so much time going by treating it so bad and not taking care of it and not pampering it and all of that, that causes breakdown in the body. We all have experienced it in one way or the other, even passed it on to our children when we deliver. And they are recipients of our ills and or sins and woes of what we did in our body and did not prepare for them, right? And so now they have to deal with what we dealt with, but on a different level. And so that's why it's so important when you're changing your eating habits for the right, you have to pull in your children, whether they like it or not. They have to eat better. They have to eat real food so they can sustain. They lied to us saying that the young babies cannot catch COVID. Yes, they could, just like they can catch RSV, right? A respiratory virus for babies, right? And then they catch it the same way that they catch COVID. They lied, right? And so babies are out here eating fast food, eating mess, right? Bowels are not doing what it needs to be doing. Probably not had breast milk, right? So there is a possible deficiency and issue there, right? And starting up leaky gut, depending on how the baby is receiving that other milk, right? And so all of those other things begin to build and build and build. And we have to be so careful and mindful. No, do we be a food Nazi? No. There is a balance, right? I know I get ridiculed by some people that see me eat ice cream, see me eat cake, see me eat cookies. I might get up and I munch on some corn corners before I go and make breakfast or have me a smoothie. And then they're looking at me like, how? But I eat that, but I also take my herbs every day or 6 days a week. I also eat things that most people won't eat because they don't like it, because of texture, because of taste, because of smell, and things like that. I will eat it anyway because I know it's good for me. I get up and walk and move around, right? I do my deep breathing and all of that. Am I perfect? No. And I don't want to show you thinking that that I'm perfect, that I'm not perfect, so that you understand that when you're going on your journey, there is not a perfect way. There is a balanced way, right? And if you have done so much in your body where your body can't take the ice cream, your body can't take the sugars like that on a level, and your body can't go there because you've done all this other stuff for so long that soon as you're doing that, you're causing riptides through the body. Now, I'm not saying that those things are not causing situations. Don't get me wrong. But there is a balance, right? Like I'll eat vegan cake. I'll eat vegan ice cream, right? I'll eat nut seed ice cream. I drink nut seed milk. Every now and again, I do have cow milk. I do have cookies, and I love cake. I am a cake and cookie monster. Okay. And then I would get up and do my 10,000 steps and get to moving. Right. I'll get up and do my deep breathing and do what's necessary to get my blood flowing. Some days do I fall off? Yes. But I'll go through times and say, okay, wait a minute. Did I have a bowel movement? What's going on? And I check my level of where my stress was. What's been happening and causing my stress to elevate to where it has the impression on my body. Now my digestion has slowed down and now my bowels haven't moved like it should. And then now I'm cranky and irritable. And I'm like, okay, I got to get this off me. And then here comes the other mirrors that's coming to show me and to cause irritation and things like that to get my focus off, right? And then here goes the loop, right? And then the mirror to show you, okay, hey, you didn't do X, Y, and Z. That's why you're responding this way. That's just why you're doing this way. Here's the stimuli. And then here comes the other part saying, hey, well, we're going to get you while you're down. I'm going to drop this seed and that seed. And then what time, some things, what we do, we take that seed and then we start munching on it, munching on it, munching on it, munching on it, munching on it. And then we have an issues now inside of us. And now it's causing the negative feedback loop. And your body's trying to fight that negative feedback loop. But depending on where we're sitting at in our body, depends on how that feedback loop responds, right? Because we have positive feedback loops and we have negative feedback loops, just like in our electrical system, right? Same difference. Our bodies are electrical system. We're an organism of organisms, right? So we have to be so careful on how we treat people, how we treat ourselves. We can't lie to ourselves about what's going on and suppress, right? And then we have to be aware about what is us and not the other person. Be aware about our mirror and really ask the questions, right? Did I eat enough? Did I masticate that right? Did I just wolf that down? Really, how many bottles of water did I really have, right? Did I take time to sit down and be quiet? Did I take the time to sit and be grateful? Did I take the time to sit and just sit, right? And so many times of the day we let time get past. We let life get past. And this past part of the pandemic that was 2020, that was our time to learn to how to reset and sit and balance. Not point the finger at people, but to point the finger back at us, right? And really look and see what's going on and get ourselves in a position. So y'all, please, right now is the time. If you have not been taking care of it and been slumped with it, this is the time to get on top of it. Because y'all, it's something coming in October. These numbers and these things, we have to pray. We have to repent. We have to turn away from our evil ways. We have to seek God for healing and forgiveness. Forgiveness to get the healing. We have to do it individually. And then we have to pray for our homes and not be divided. Okay, because we think we have achieved and arrived and we think we got to this place and we think we much and such. And the one thing that happens when we think we're much and such and our ego get above us and we think of ourselves more than we ought, a fall comes before that haughty spirit. Right? A haughty spirit comes before a great fall. Said that wrong. So when your spirit start getting haughty and think that it's all of that, we're going to turn around and make a decision that's going to cause us to have a great fall. So let us be careful because divine rights and rules are divine rules, whether you believe in them or not, right? And we wonder why things happen. We wonder why things go on. And then it's like, oh, well, I don't know and I don't believe that. And then it don't really matter that you believe it or not. Some things are what they are, whether we ascribe to them or not. And we can't just poof it be away because we don't have it in our mental thought process and Rolodex. We'll be just wondering what the hell is going on and why X, Y, and Z is going on. Right? So let's be aware. Let's be proper in getting our health together. My company is available. And for a limited time, some things are going on that I'm doing for 4 weeks, and I'll be shooting that out to particular people. But if you're interested in getting yourself together and finding out and seeing what's what, 313-778-8501. Check my website, or ellisonholistic@gmail.com. Give me an email or inbox and questions, right? Questions, questions, questions. There's nothing wrong with asking a question, and to make sure that you're on top of what's going on, because the variants that's going on are strong. We have to protect our children. We have to make sure their little immune systems are up to par. We have to make sure their bowels are moving. We have to make sure they're absorbing the food and the nutrients, right? We have to sit down and talk to them and give them an understanding of what's going on. I understand that it's kind of not fair, because you want your child to be a child, but you don't want to lose your child either. You don't want to have your child going on and having a permanent handicap because of a situation that we did not do the proper due diligence, right? Right. So, if you have any questions, again, inbox, text, call, look up, right? Do the due diligence, y'all. It's about to get real hairy and interesting. It's about to get real hairy and interesting. So, we're available. I'm available. I have a team. If it's not me, then I would suggest a different person to you that I know that will be proper in helping you get to your goals, right, of figuring out and maintaining. But I had to make sure I connected with you guys today and gave some information. Don't forget the immune system stimulator pack that's on my website, $159. You can text me, call me for it. And then there's some other things that's available to help you with your high blood pressure, low blood pressure, diabetes, poor circulation, lung issues, viral issues, because there's a lot of things going on, not just COVID, that's arising or been on the rise with people. So with all those other issues, to help you get your body in the place that your body fights, give us a call, give us an inbox, and give us a hey, what's up, and ask your questions, right? Nothing beats a failure but a try. Right, so y'all be blessed, y'all be peace. Thank you for rocking with me. Like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Like and share, like and share. Y'all be peace.